All right. Hello, hello, hello. Captain Wick here. Let's go over this market here. So this week, the market makers are expecting a move of I think $9.45. Leaves us with a lower range of 411.74 and an upper range of 430.64. If you go back and look at our range for last week, they respected it very well. Came right down into the market maker's low right at the end on Friday. I like to use this because I kind of like to see where we could potentially close on the week, and where we could be potentially overextended or to the upside or the downside. And usually I'm looking for them to respect this, and a lot of times they get it wrong where they close outside of it. I get that, but those are the levels we're looking at, and look how they kind of line up with our monthly profile here, right? So this May point of control and May value area low is 1000% in play this week. Like they're even pricing it, right? Or they're expecting it. So this could be another big week. This is awesome trading environment, folks. It's great. Let's kind of clean this up here. So what happened? Right? Well, the market, we were expecting this gap here to either create a giant move up or to do it exactly what it did and act as resistance, right? So here's your current month. The point of control is 435. So all this volume came in here and it just went down. It broke September's value area low again. Did not get accepted here. Rejected. So the next area that I would expect to trade is this May point of control, May value area low. This might be the next area where we could rally end of the year if this area can hold. If we trade it, you know, we could, who knows? We could just go up. We'll have to see. On the weekly profile, I've got the current levels on here. But like last week, you know, we closed below this value area low. And I said we were looking for a move up into here to reject. And every time we made this higher high, we were inside here. We tested both sides of the range here. And then we just couldn't make a higher high, right? Over this gap in this point of control and this value area low. And now, or this value area high, sorry. This was the value area low. Now this is the new value area high, right? Everything's just kind of stuck here. They kind of built a nice little wall. So, going forward, if we clear this, if we come back up here and reclaim this area, it could be explosive. Like very explosive. So that's just something to keep in mind. So for this week, I'm kind of looking for a move. Let's not look at this one yet. Let's go back here. Like I said, our open, right? If I keep telling you guys to keep track of like the weekly open. Okay. So let's go look at the SPX chart because I called this out in the chat because I think most of you trade SPX. I could be wrong, let me know. But I think you guys trade SPX. So I told you guys to keep track of the weekly open, which is this level right here. Now, what happened? Right here, we open and we rally, but we rallied right into this resistance that we were expecting. And I told you if we lose this coming back down, there was a chance that we were going to test. I think it was 4277. Yeah, 4277, and it happened. Right? We even tried to come back and reclaim it on the weekly. We tried to come back here, failed, and it was just everybody that bought this they had to get out. They were trapped, right? So now we're at a key level here. Let's look at this. And to piggyback onto I told you the 4277 level. If we go to the 30-minute chart, we go back to our daily levels. Now I've got the updated ones, right? But I told you this point of control, 4277. This point of control, 4254, right? It was also an old weekly value area as well. So we lost the weekly open. We failed to reclaim it. It was about right here. Failed to reclaim it and took out this point of control, this point of control. Yeah, it was a pretty violent move. So now that the price action that I just showed you with the weekly candle, how it opened up inside, went one direction, we lost it. What's going on the monthly? What happened there? Okay, so we have kind of like this 4180 area, 4180, 4170 on this candle. Look, we opened here, we pushed up, we lost the open, we're coming down. What do we know about price? Once you fail one side of the range, you usually go and test the other side. Okay, we broke this side. Now, is this where we come? I don't know. We tried to get here. We tried to. Just a little out of reach, huh? But yeah, we need to probably look at this, and that's what we kind of said, right? If we go look at our 4-hour chart, we pull our weekly levels up. This 4184 area is going to be pretty key if we come down in here. Let's look at it all together. Right? So if we lose, if we're below 4216, expect to trade here. But yeah, and then, if this area doesn't hold, we look to come down here. Or if this holds, we look to come up here. The open is very key on any of these. Now, if you look at the quarterly chart, same thing, right? Well, this is the new quarter, so this is the month. This is basically the monthly candle. But now, over the next, quarter, we're looking at possibly these levels to trade. You can't deny that right now on the quarterly chart, the monthly chart, the weekly chart, the daily chart, I can keep going. Who's in control? Who is it? It's the Bears. They're in control. Not saying we dump. I mean, it's very likely, though. Very likely. If we want to take a look at maybe, let's go to SPY real quick and see what that weekly profile. It's going to be very similar to SPX. Look at this. Like, your huge imbalance down. We chased value. Took out the high. Point of control. Just missed this. I mean, this kind of looks like it's going to hold. Maybe, who knows, right? We got to see. Let's pay attention to the open. Let's let them play it out the first, hour or so Monday. See what goes on. If we get a move up here, this is kind of what I want. Kind of like last week, right? If we're going to continue down this downward trend, let's suck them in let's suck them in. Let's get them back up here. Let's bring it down. Price moves like this. Support and resistance really isn't horizontal. They have to make they got to make higher highs. And then they have to fail those higher highs. And then when that happens, they come down to the swing lows. Everything's fractal. Just follow price. I'll try to do my best to kind of point you guys in the right direction. But I want to try. My goal here is to get you guys on the right side and to start seeing it kind of like how smart money sees it. Like, okay, now let's go look at a few other things. Kind of overall market. QQQ. Let's just look at the big picture here on some of this, okay? Just to kind of put it into perspective of what this market is currently looking like. We didn't even get to September's point of control. Came back in September's value area, and now we're outside. Like, this was pretty mean. This was violent, but on Friday, our trade plan called this like perfectly, okay? But look, 336 is your next big area of monthly. Now, if you look at the weekly, look, 347.91. This would be if we continue down here. Like, and again, come up here and fail would be the best scenario to continue down. If we come down here, there's potential we squeeze back up into here. Okay, now Google reports this week. Look at Google. Little bearish tease here, they're just sending it looks like. This 120 area. Who knows? Look. Bunch of stops could be triggered here. Tons of stops could be triggered here. Or this can hold. Oops. Wow. Something kind of like this. This could hold. We could come right back through this value. Google's strong. Google's held up pretty well. NVIDIA. This thing is disgusting. Like, we might be coming down here sub 400. We're very close. 11 points. That's nothing for this thing. Nothing. Tesla. Whew. Whew. Just clearing it all. Look at this. This is just multi-month consolidation up here. Like, this makes sense. I mean, this could be a buy too. Very well could be. Who knows? Come right back up here. Test this. Come down. I don't know. Market's looking pretty rough. It's undeniably rough. Adobe. Adobe's kind of still in balance on the month. 500. Key support on Adobe. Netflix. I know they had good earnings. kind of stalled out. Rest of the market doesn't really want to move up. Microsoft reports this week too. You know, failing to make higher highs here. Failed this higher high. Teasing the value area low of the month. Saying, you know, NQ is going to look very similar to QQQ. Let's don't get too bearish. Okay, I know it looks very nasty, right? But let's not out the gate buy puts. Don't do that. For me, I think I would want, if I'm not already in, if I'm not holding runners and I'm not already in this move, I don't want to try to chase this move here on any of this. Because we could easily V back up into this. VIX is getting high. Expect whipsaw action. It's going to be, if you don't have, you know, time to sit there and manage the trade, it could go against you very fast. It's just something to keep in mind. I think a good scenario could potentially be we come down here and test these lows. We test this 4,200. Maybe we open here. And we start to rally. Because a lot of people were calling Santa rally right here, and we've not even to Halloween. So now we come back up here, we'll get those. Now those same people are now thinking, uh-oh, maybe it's getting bearish. Market loves to play mind games, right? So, ooh, come back up into here, maybe a little bit more. And then ship it down? I don't know. We'll see. But that's kind of like what we're looking like on the week. At the time I'm recording this, it's, you know, like Saturday, or it's Sunday at 3 in the morning my time. But futures open. If there's something crazy at futures open, like if there's like an insane gap down or gap up or something, I will update you guys either via the chat or a post or something. But let's have another good week. I mean, if we keep getting stuff like this up down action, it's good for us day traders, right? Because we just play it one day at a time. See what's going on the bigger picture, and then narrow it down. Your key levels, right? We know where the key levels are. We tell you guys every single week where the key levels are. And I mean, you can go back and back test Dark's strategy or Dark's plans and my plans, and you will see that our consistency is we are very, 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 very consistent. And our levels are usually pretty spot on. I don't mean to brag, but this stuff that we have going on, that he has his own ways of finding the key levels. I have my own ways of finding the key levels, but it all works. It all goes together. So thank you for listening. I know it was kind of long, but hey, you get one of these videos a week. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. Have a good one. like this. Here's my levels from over here. We need to, if you're a bull, we got to have this area hold. It's 4,200 area. And probably 4184 you would like to see hold too. We could get potential bounces here. And like if you look at the monthly profile again, we had a pretty nasty close. Let's go back to SPY. We had a real nasty close on this. It looks that way, right? We tried to reclaim September's value area, got rejected, and now, shoot, we came all the way down under October's value area low, which is 425.57. And we closed underneath of it. So we're at a big imbalance to the downside. And usually when this happens, we come back in here to see what's going on. And then we continue down. But we have to see where this new weekly candle is going to open. It's going to be very important, like it always is every single week. And you can even use the open on the daily candles as well. When they open up and they go one way and they fail and they come back through, this is the type of stuff we want, right? We don't want to be trading this inside stuff. We want to trade it when it breaks range. So you still get a pretty good move down if you wait and take the safe trade when you break range of the previous day. Doesn't always happen, but something that you can, if you're struggling, you can use just the simple open, right? Like, look at what happened Friday. Well, Friday was kind of a where did we open Friday? We opened up right here. We just kind of opened and went, but as a trend day, you got a nice retracement. It's picture perfect. Probably gonna edit all of that out. Yeah. Let's just stop it.